The lost generation. The lost generation refers to individuals born approximately between 1883 and 1900. The term is believed to have originated from writer Gertrude Stein and was popularized by Ernest Hemingway in his novel The Sun Also Rises. This generation grew up amidst war and severe pandemics. During World War I, 1914 to 1918, approximately 65 million people were mobilized, with 8.5 million soldiers killed in battle, 2 million soldiers dying from diseases, and 21 million wounded. Additionally, around 7 million civilians died due to war, famine, and disease. After the war, survivors carried deep physical and psychological scars. They struggled to reintegrate into post-war society, faced unemployment, suffered from trauma, and often felt that life had lost its meaning in a world full of violence and injustice. They expressed profound skepticism towards social institutions, especially governments and military organizations. Moreover, the war was not the only event that shaped the lost generation. The Spanish flu pandemic, 1918 to 1920, one of the deadliest in history, spread globally and caused an estimated 50 million deaths, equivalent to 3% of the world's population at that time. Faced with societal upheaval, many turned to hedonistic lifestyles, seeking short-term pleasures to escape the harsh realities of life. This led some to criticize the generation as being overly pessimistic, disconnected from reality, or irresponsible toward society. The Greatest Generation. The Greatest Generation refers to people born roughly between 1901 and 1927. This generation is often praised for their resilience, sense of responsibility, and significant collective contributions, especially during times of global crisis. The term was popularized by journalist Tom Brokaw in his book The Greatest Generation. This generation grew up during the Great Depression, 1929 to 1939, a period when the world was facing severe economic hardship, with unemployment rates reaching as high as 25% in the United States. However, this hardship taught them to value hard work, practice frugality, and foster strong community bonds, as they feared facing similar conditions in the future. Although they also came of age during World War II, 1939 to 1945, their industrious spirit shone through. While men went off to fight, women actively joined the workforce, and they quickly rebuilt the economy, maintaining stability and driving post-war economic growth from 1945 to 1960. This period also saw a rise in consumerism and popular culture, marked by Hollywood's golden era and the growing popularity of jazz and rock music. This generation played a key role in researching and developing breakthrough technologies such as computers, nuclear energy, and aerospace. While there are many admirable qualities associated with them, they are often criticized for their conservative mindset. The Silent Generation. Those born between 1928 and 1945 are referred to as the Silent Generation. They are called silent because they grew up in a time of social constraints and challenges, but exhibited little public protest. The Silent Generation was born during the Great Depression and, along with their parents, witnessed the fall of fascism and the rise of communism. Influenced by the conservatism of the previous generation, the Silent Generation valued stability, placed great importance on family and traditional values, and worked diligently without complaint. They are often criticized for being slow to adapt to social changes, and their reluctance to embrace new opportunities has been called into question by more progressive generations. The 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden, is a member of this generation. Baby Boomers. The Baby Boomers generation refers to those born between 1946 and 1964. The term baby boomers originates from the population explosion that occurred after World War II, fueled by social policies and government support. It is estimated that around 76 million children were born in the United States during this time. In contrast to the conservatism of previous generations, baby boomers emphasized individualism and consumerism. They came of age during the 1960s, a time when human rights movements were at their peak and achieving significant progress, which encouraged them to challenge the prejudices of the old society. A key event that impacted this generation was the Vietnam War, 1955 to 1975, along with other similar conflicts around the world, which fueled widespread anti-war movements. Notable individuals born in this generation include Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and U.S. Presidents Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Donald Trump. Generation X. Generation X includes those born between approximately 1965 and 1980. They are called Generation X due to the vague and undefined nature of this generation, which came of age during a time of rapid social change. Unlike baby boomers, who focused on collective movements, Generation X values independence, personal responsibility, and adaptability in flexible work environments. Born into a world still grappling with many issues, including the high divorce rates of the 1970s, Gen Xers tend to be more skeptical and cautious about marriage. They are also known for changing jobs more frequently than previous generations, seeking flexibility and opportunities for personal growth. Generation X was the first generation to grow up with personal computers, the internet, and video game systems. Many leaders of major tech corporations, such as Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Larry Page, belong to this generation. Millennials. Millennials, also known as Generation Y, refer to individuals born between 1981 and 1996. They grew up during the era of globalization and the explosion of the internet. In the 2008, the world experienced a relatively severe economic crisis, causing millennials to enter the job market with low starting salaries. This was followed by armed conflicts leading to high inflation and the COVID-19 pandemic, which caused many small startups to go bankrupt. Many millennials had to change jobs or shift to freelancing or earning income online. As a result, millennials face significant financial pressure during adulthood, leading them to prioritize careers and new experiences before accumulating wealth or starting families. Despite living in an era of rapidly advancing social media, higher college graduation rates, and more diverse income opportunities, they are highly entrepreneurial. However, the need to adapt to society's rapid changes has made their lives more unstable compared to previous generations. Generation Z. Generation Z comprises individuals born between 1997 and 2012 and currently makes up about 32% of the global population, equivalent to 2.5 billion people. As the first generation to have early access to the internet and digital devices, they are often referred to as citizens of the digital age. With a more comfortable quality of life compared to previous generations and often being closely protected by their parents, Generation Z tends to have lower alcohol consumption rates than older generations. However, they are also more likely to experience mental health issues. While some believe that Gen Z is less resilient and more sensitive than their predecessors, this generation is also seen as active, self-reliant, empathetic, honest, and socially responsible. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video today. I hope this video has provided you with useful information. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any upcoming videos. See you in the next ones.